So today we're going to talk about something. I'm going to go into detail on evil eyes, psychic attacks, and monitoring spirits. But the reason why we're going to talk about that today is because there is a thinning of the veil happening. Happens every October. It's where the spirits are able to connect, or you're able to connect more with your spirit guides, with people who have passed away. So that's why we're bringing it up, because psychic attacks can be by entities, can be by spirits. So I just wanted to give a little talk on that real quick. We always use crystals for tools. So that's where we go with that. And please bear with me. I'm still new to doing this. We just, being in front of the camera on YouTube. So eye contact, I'm still trying to remember it's over here. And so I'm getting used to it. So bear with me on that. And I know I say a lot, and I'm trying to stop doing that. So yeah, bear with me on that too. So anyway, so the reason why, and if you want me to do a video on the thinning of the veil and like crystals that we could use for that, let me know, and we can do a video on that. Let me know in the comments, and definitely something I can do. So today we're just gonna quickly go over, so an evil eye is kind of like, so there's like level 1, 2, evil eye is kind of the lower level. It's still something you don't want on you, but most everybody has had an evil eye in them. If you say you've never had an evil eye, trust me, you have. You're not perfect. Nobody is. There's always going to be somebody that, for some reason, they don't like your happiness, whatever, So everybody has an evil eye. It just is the extent of it, okay? It usually comes from somebody that or say, like, for example, an incident happened in a store with a cashier, and they're like, look at that girl, So sometimes that happens, okay? It's not as extent as a psychic attack, but it's still something that's not, that shouldn't be acceptable. And at the end of this video, I did decide I am going to put my mantra that I use at the end of the day, and I call back all my energy. So if anything has been taken from me, or there's been any evil eyes placed on me, I call that energy back to me and like release anything that does not belong to me. It's a great thing to use. And then we tell you also too, I'm going to have a clip. We're going to have some crystals on the table to show you what crystals you use during, like, if you have a psychic attack, a monitoring spirit on you, or an evil eye. So we are going to go over some of those in a clip as well too. But I'll have them on the table so you can actually see the crystals, and you'll be able to grab them on the website too if you are interested. Or if you already have them, then you can work with them that way too. So the evil eye, like I said, it's like a little step down. Like, you usually can notice it when it's happening, because they're kind of not always though, because there's some coworkers that do it. But the next step up is going to be the psychic attack. The psychic attack can be from entities, from spirits. It can be from narcissistic family members. It can be like a jealous coworker. So basically, they are putting a psychic attack towards you for intent of harming you. An evil eye sometimes isn't really, like, it could be like somebody on the street seeing you, and like and being jealous of like your family because they don't have one like that. So it's not really an intent there. They did it, but it's not really, they didn't intend to do it. When we come to psychic attacks, it's like almost like premeditated, I would say. It's intentional. So they're intentionally trying to harm you. So like I said, those usually come from people that are really, just not happy with their own life. Or they need to work on themselves. They need to change some things. And there's a fly flying around here, which when we talk about that, if you see it fly through, that's just somebody trying to watch us. Let them watch our YouTube. Drive up the views, okay? Usually flies. See, I swatted it away. Out of here. In some people believe flies are spies. We're one of them. Depending, okay? Now, we live in the desert, so sometimes it gets, like, we get a lot of flies. But when it's all of a sudden just flying through my my video, I'm like, no, bye. be gone. And again, crystals as tools. Also, we do smoke cleanse too. So bye bye. Anyway, all right. So psychic attacks, evil eyes, or psychic attacks, evil eyes. Then there's also the monitoring spirit. That one is where it's like a friend, right? You have this one friend and it's like, oh yeah, you're great. And then they say something every once in a while. And you notice they don't really support you when you're going up, leveling up. They only like are there when you're like going, like you're having a hard time. They're like, oh, I'm having a hard time too. And it's like, they kind of like, are just there because they want you to fail. They're watching you, they're monitoring you. That is what they're there for, okay? They don't want to see you win. It's kind of like an evil eye. It's kind of like a jealousy, but it's a little step further because, you know, like I said, the evil eye can come from somebody that you've never met before in passing in the store or whatnot. The monitoring spirit is usually somebody you know and somebody that's close to you. So, and with all these three, some people will say, well, just block and, you know, like never, you know, just like rid them. But you can't do that all the time. So that's where the crystal tools come in. And we, you know, we sell a lot of jewelry. We sell a lot of different materials that will help you kind of reflect that energy. Especially if you're in a workplace. You can't just be like, don't come by me anymore. It doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Like if you just... So... in that sense, but yeah, a monitoring spirit is somebody who's basically like they're saying you're a friend, but are they really? You got to think about that one. That one, you got to trust your gut. You got to trust your intuition. When they say something to you, or and you go, that didn't feel good. Like that didn't feel right. Like why did that person say that to me? Most likely, it's probably a monitoring spirit. They're just wanting to watch everything that you do, but not support you. They like to see when you fail, not when you rise. So those are the three that we talked about today. And like I said, I'm going to put some crystals on the table. We'll flip the camera and we'll talk about the different crystals you use during to help you and how to use them to help you kind of keep yourself away from that. And if you find yourself, you know, in one of these situations and you have more questions, you can leave a comment or you can message me privately. We're on most platforms, so you can just send me a message. I'm not sure on YouTube if you can send a message. Can you send a message on YouTube? Privately? Okay, so I guess not. I don't know. I'm fairly new to YouTube, but you can definitely find us somewhere else. And then even on our website, there's a place where you can send a message. So if you have questions and you don't want to just put it there in the comments, you're welcome to do that. Also, if you like this content, please make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And if you want to see more content like this, definitely let me know. I also decided that at the end of this video, I'm going to put my mantra on, and I think I might have said this at the beginning too. So again, bear with me. I'm new to this. I'm not really doing like a telecom or anything. There's nothing next to me. So this is all like, I have a couple notes here just to kind of go through. And I realized I didn't say what some of the feelings that if you think you may have had an evil eye or a psychic attack put on you, like some of the symptoms. And keep in mind, I'm not a medical, so if you have anything that you feel like is emergency, you need to go see a medical professional. Do not be like, oh, it's just a psychic attack. But some of it is like where if you're having a lot of bad luck, you're having a lot of headaches. If you're having like stomach aches, like you just have this like feeling like where you kind of feel like you were so sure where you were going, and then all of a sudden you kind of lost your ambition, like where am I going? But like I said, these are also symptoms that can reach out to different conditions, medical conditions. So make sure that you're getting checked out. But if you've just been in contact with somebody and it was like, you're like, dang, that person, that energy, usually your gut will tell you. if you're intuitive like that, which most people are, even if they don't want to believe it, they have that gut instinct. You know, it's kind of like mother's instinct, right? But everybody kind of has that instinct. So, if you feel any, you know, like any of those, also nightmares also are another big one too, especially if it's of somebody, like say it's somebody that passed on, and you've been having a lot of nightmares about them, and you were not in good relations with them. That could be a psychic attack coming through too. And if you want me to do a vlog on the veil, let me know too. And I hope that you guys really like this content. I know it's probably one of the longest ones I'm going to make, but if you have any other questions, like I said, I try to cover as much as I could in short periods of time, because I'm trying to keep the content less time, so then that way you guys you know, enjoy what you're seeing and everything like that. And like I said, so if you have any questions, reach out. Definitely make sure you like, subscribe, and please be nice, because I'm still learning this, you know, like YouTube, and you know, remembering to connect. So be nice. And if I left anything else about it, you know, like I said, I try to cover as much as I could. So if you have any questions, you can definitely reach out to us. And so we're going to leave with the next is going to be, you're going to see a table, and we're going to have a bunch of crystals that you can use to help you to keep psychic attacks at bay and evil eyes at bay. Monitoring spirits are kind of like evil eyes, so that's also one to work with. But once you like start thinking about that, which I'm sure the wheels are already turning for some people, like that they may actually have one of those in their life, let me know. And then I'll leave my mantra at the end, and we will see you next time. And remember, we have a lot of awesome, great stuff on the website, and that's where you're gonna find the crystals if you need them, and minerals too. I know I say crystals, also minerals too. And remember to elevate your collection and your spiritual connection with us. And I hope you really enjoyed this. And see you next time. Thanks. Bye. All right, guys. So here's the table I set up. It's just a little mini table showing some of the stones and crystals that we have available for protection against evil eyes, psychic attacks, and monitoring spirits. So these are going to kind of help you, you know, keep those at bay. So it's good to carry every day. And then also too, I just want to stress again, it's really important to like do a selenite cleanse, smoke cleanse on anything that you carry with you. We're going to upload, we got some more smoke cleanse materials too that we buy. They're pesticide free, and they come from a farm in California. We've worked with this gentleman for probably about like 5 years now, and he's just amazing. He built his business starting in the garage and moved up to now he has farms with full irrigation systems, and make sure everything's like natural, no pesticides, and it's not like destroying the wild sage or anything like that. But we also have some other sweetgrass and eucalyptus and mugwort as well too, and then some Palo Santo too. So anyway, getting back to, that's another it's a whole other topic, but I just wanted to make sure we establish that too, that it's really important to cleanse anything that you bring with you, especially, you know, if you feel that, you know, in your environment that you have to like go to work in, or when you go to the store, or you go to certain shows or such, whatever it is that when you go somewhere, even when you're sleeping, that you feel the need that you need that protection. It's really important to make sure you just cleanse everything. So, all right, so of course we're going to start with obsidian, and everything that I'm going to show is going to be listed on our website. I think I'm going to make a category that's called protection for a little while, so I'm making this video to make it a little easier to find. So we're going to start with, obviously, a lot of people probably already know, obsidian. So our obsidian comes from a 3rd generation family in Mexico. We only get the obsidian from them. And they do all the mining, they do all the polishing, they do all, if there's silver setting, carvings. And the reason why obsidian is on the table, obviously a lot of people know that's a golden sheen. There's a couple golden sheens, a couple couple silvers. And so as I'm showing them, I'm going to go ahead and talk about them. So this one is that one looks silvery, but it's actually golden. It looks silvery. Okay, so this one is also golden. And so the reason why, you know, it's known for protection, but also it seals the aura. So it helps remove any energies that may have attached to you during the day that doesn't belong to you. You know, you may have picked them up. This is a silver sheen. We have these silver sheen moons, so really nice, nicely carved. And so basically it removes any kind of like negative energies from your environment, from yourself, that you may have picked up during the day. And it absorbs it into the stone. So that's why it's important, like I said, to make sure you cleanse. And then we have one frog. I almost said turtle. Turtle's over there. And I like to, we actually have, you might have seen in the other video, we do have one Aztec calendar left. I haven't done the write-up on it, and I really like everything to be written up really nicely. So, but that is available too. But I do like how they kind of match the animals to the Aztec calendar. Sorry about that. And then like we have a little turtle here. So again, it's you know, obsidian really helps seal the aura. And if you're not sure what an aura field is, it's kind of an energy light field that's around your body. And if there's holes anywhere, that's how psychic attacks can get through. Same thing with like evil eyes. And monitoring spirit is a little bit different because, you know, it kind of reflects that. So, you know, because a lot of people have to deal with the monitoring spirits, because it's usually somebody, but you don't have to. You can, you know, if it's a friend or something, you can definitely be like, bye. But I understand, you know, some people can't just do that. So that's why we have these stones to work with as tools to help just get rid of that, seal our aura so we don't hold any of that negative energy in our environment, okay? And then we have a couple elephants too. And as you notice, the carvings are done really nicely too. So that's going to be the obsidian. All right, so next on the table, we have jet. Jet, I feel, is the most powerful, which is really funny because it's actually a fossilized driftwood. But it is definitely powerful. We have like these, what we call the little coins. And so it's definitely a psychic protection and purification. So it purifies all the energy that's around you. It also pulls if anybody is using any ill magic. Like, so if they're, you know, trying to put together a spell against you, excuse me, it's going to help that. It basically pulls all of the negatives and turns it into positive use. So we have it in those discs, and then we also have in tumbles. And they're really light because, like I said, it's basically fossilized driftwood. But if you don't have a jet in your collection, I definitely recommend getting a jet, whether in a tumble, in a disc. We're out of bracelets right now, but that is something that we definitely usually always have in stock. We fly through them quite a bit. So yeah, so we have those two different sizes in the coins, and then we have some power pocket stones too. And so those are definitely one, like I said, jet is definitely one that I would recommend to have. I'm kind of doing a pause in between because I'm checking out to make sure I'm getting everything. I'm going like kind of in a roll because I don't want to miss going over something that I put on the table. So next up is we have these really cool agate eyes, okay? They find these on the banks of the rivers in India, but they're not obviously polished like this. They polish them into more of a form of an eye, but they just look really cool. So they call them agate eyes, okay? And they actually have multiple uses. One is definitely a guard against, you know, evil eyes. I mean, it just makes sense. It's an agate eye. It's looking at you. Stay out of my field. Keep all jealousy away and such. It's also one to activate your third eye. That's a whole nother that's a whole nother video. But today is protection. So yeah, so these are really great. There's different ones. These would probably be on the site. They're going to be intuitively chosen, unless you see one in the video that you're like, I want that second one you showed. This one's a cool one. It has more of the chalcedony kind of running through it. But yeah, then they shape them, polish them into more of the form of the eye. But they find them kind of in this form, so it's kind of cool seeing that. You know, it's like an eye. So then there's those. Okay, next up we have the Shiva eye shells. I absolutely love these, and if you hear the clickety clack, it's my 16-year-old dog. It's his birthday coming up this week, birthday week for him. So if you hear him like grunting, he gets to do whatever he wants. So sorry. So these are Shiva eye shells. They're going to be protection against the evil eye, psychic attacks. I also love them. They also bring in luck too. So it's like it's like a nice pocket stone. I first came across these years ago, and I actually love them. They're kind of like a natural. You see me turning it as a fidget. You see it just keeps spiraling. So almost like an ammonite kind of. And I always want to say that it has the same properties as like the ammonite, where it just filters in all the negativity, and then when it gets to the center, it just like shoots it back out to positivity into the earth. So I feel like it could be the same, you know, it could have that as well too, because it does protect against the evil eye. So we have those as well too. All right, next we have is going to be our spirit quartz. We only have a few of these left. There's some smaller ones. This is a nice piece here. I love the iron inclusions in it. They come out of South Africa. They are great for cleansing and purifying your energy field. So if there's anything that you picked up during the day that you shouldn't have, these will definitely like shoot it back and say, nope, it's not welcome here in this energy field, and just and purify the energy, so it turns it into like more of like a positive. There's also some iron inclusions in a couple of these too as well. So, and also too, if you picked up anything, it, like I said, it will like rid it into the earth. So this is a nice one too. It has a little bit hematite in there. I'm surprised I'm still here. It's so little. And I think actually this one's already listed on the site, but there's only one little left. And then there's a few other ones too. We have a few white ones. I just was trying to put samples on the table. So, but I think what I'll do is I'll put everything that is protection that I'm going over into like one category, but then it will also be in other categories. Like these would be in specimens, these would be in carvings, and then like the power pockets and such. So we'll go ahead and do that too for so to make it a little bit more easier to shop if you're looking just for the protection stones from this segment. All right, next up we got prehnite, and we got prehnite here in little tumbles. Okay, little shards of epidote in there too. Prehnite is going to help you avoid taking on others' energies. There's tons of other properties too that is well known for prehnite. But it's going to help you not take on other energy. So if you're an empath and you find yourself like where you're near somebody and it's just like draining you, and see, sometimes like I said, the evil eye, it may not be intentional. Okay, so when it's an evil eye, it may not be intentional. You may have just picked it up. So those are really good for trying to just avoid taking on other energies. We also have little donuts that are really nice. Look at that. We have a few of those left. I'll make sure those get listed. Epidote, just real quick, it's to one of the main properties is to bring more into your life of what you already have. So, and there's epidote in those. So we have some tumbles, we have, and I only have a few of them, 2, 4, 5 tumbles, 3 of the donuts. Then we do have, which these are amazing too, we get them directly from the miners over in Australia. They come over, they're wonderful people, another family-owned business. We always love helping or buying from other family-owned business. So you're helping us and then also helping them, so that's amazing. And they do all the mining over there in Australia. So this is an Australian prehnite, and look at that, really nice. So we have a couple pieces of those. I'm just going to kind of go through because there's some that are where they're half kind of like geodes. They have really nice movement in there too, which is, and some of them have rainbows too. So And then this one has some natural light on it too as well. So, but so there's some larger, I don't know, I can't really call them tumbles because obviously they're pretty huge. But we have a few of those too. So these are all the ones out of Australia. So these will be listed too as well. So you can choose from those as well if you're looking to add some pre-night. Did it pause it? Sorry, a phone call came through and it told me I was going to pause my video. But I'm like, no, don't pause my video. All right, so then that's, I think I went through, yeah, so that's the pre-night. So like I said, there's only 3 donuts. The prices are pretty close together, I believe. And then the pre-nights from Australia. So next we'll have, all right, so next, the phone kind of did something weird. There's the phone call coming in, so I think it might have cut me off a little bit there. Next we'll go through is the amethyst. These are crazy good. Yeah, like I just can't get over these little amethysts. They're just so amazing, the quality in them, and these would be intuitively chosen too as well. So when you order these, unless you're like, oh, I want number 2, I can try to find, like, if this was like number 2 in the video. So amethyst is also a purification of your energy field. So it also will create kind of like a nice energetic field around you. So when you're out and about, you have this in your pocket. We always call it, like, the little stones like this, power pocket stones. We really love power pocket stones. I have like probably 20 in each pocket. So if you ever see me, you know why my pockets are bulging. So I'm just going to show a few of these. So these are really nice. They're really great. They're going to help like create that nice energetic shield around your body and the purification of like your energy field. So it's going to like just keep everything out that shouldn't be there. Which also too, I'm gonna say now because I don't want to forget at the end. I just realized I was going to say it at the beginning, but I forgot. When we're getting new crystals, when you get them from us, everything is cleansed. So if your box smells like sage, it could be because we were saging when we were we always have the sage lit when I'm packing orders because I want to clear all energy out. So my energy will be cleared out, and so when you receive your crystals, you'll want to set the intentions of them because, like I said, they're tools. So you want to set the intentions, and I can do another video. It's probably going to be too long to do in this one on how to set intentions on your crystals. If anybody's interested, leave it in the comments. Let me know if you need that. But you definitely want to set intentions because if not, the crystal isn't sure. You need to work with the crystal. You need to tell the crystal what you want it to do. These are suggestions on what ones work for what properties and such, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I need it for protection, but sometimes protection stones also have other properties too, and you may sense that you need that as well. So I'm also going to show this. This is also amethyst from Brazil. This is a really nice piece. I'm pretty sure it's listed. It will be. I'm going to make sure everything's listed when I post this video, but there's also calcite dustings all over it. So there is only one little damage right there. Otherwise, all the teeth on here are really nice. So I can't really go too far back. I'm worried I'm going to hit that. I don't want to hit the obsidian. We are really careful with our obsidian too. We pack it really nicely. We don't cling it together because we know it can scratch really easily. So that is amethyst. All right, next up we have some tumbled tiger's eye. I definitely know we have tiger's eye and bracelets too. I believe they're listed. These guys also have some like hematite on them as well too. They're kind of a unique, different, you don't see the tumbles too much like that. These are very reasonably priced too. And tiger's eye is really good. One that's not related, but it kind of helps, is the balancing of your extremes. So it keeps you balanced, if you're the yin and yang basically. So that way you can stay balanced and you're not like flaring everywhere, and like say there's a kind of like a scuff going on at work with another employee. It kind of keeps you like, balanced, like, okay, hey, let's stay here so you don't accidentally open your field, you know, your aura field because of stress or whatnot, to the possibility of having that energy get into your energy field. So these are really great to protect against the evil eye. They ward off any negative energies, and actually protect against any negative influence as well too. So that kind of, you know, comes together with, you know, the balancing. So yeah, so these would also be an intuitively chosen, unless there's, like you see one on here, they're different. So than most tumbles. So here's a few of them. Some of them are a little bit smaller, but they have the nice chatoyance and movement in there that we like to see in Tiger's Eye. And like I said, there's the hematite bandings too in there too. So, and the hematite is what I'll do next, because that also comes into like grounding. So yeah, so Tiger's Eye is great. Also great one to keep in your pocket. And so next up we have the hematite. We have, these are really, they're more dense, so they're heavier. They ground you. Definitely, you want to stay grounded in any situation, anywhere you're at, even at home. So these are great too for having by your bed. Also, especially if you're prone to, like, where you're having the nightmares and you think the psychic attacks or like the are coming through in your dreams, you definitely want to have a hematite near you. It also is a balancing of the field as well too. There's other properties too. Like I said, it kind of helps with stray energies coming, like, you know, pulling them down. Like, instead of them flaring every which way, it kind of gives them the direct, you know, the direct line in. So it's not just like foo, 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 foo. It feels just like more straight. And they also, like I said, it's grounding, so it's always really important to stay grounded whenever you're out and about and everything. Because again, if you're not grounded, then you could be like all over the place, and you just don't want that to be happening. It's always good to have a hematite or some kind of grounding stone on you. Hematite is the most popular one. Also, it's the most cheapest one for when it comes to tumbles as well too. Alright, so next up we have this charoite out of Siberia, Russia. So these are old stock, so really nice chatoyance. You just don't see them that much like this nice anymore, with the nice chatoyance, and that's what we love to see. Well, I love to see in crystals. So we have a couple different price points on these. They are like I said, they're getting harder to find with the chatoyance, as nice as they are. And these are great to help purge all negative energies that you may have picked up. So, and really good to prevent the psychic attack from ever happening. So, really good one to hold on to, you know, to try to prevent. Which, I mean, most of all these are to prevent, but these ones really help. They bring in like the high frequency vibration, so it's like no low level vibrations. And usually when you get any of those, evil eye, psychic attack, or monitoring spirit, it's all because they're low vibrational energies that are coming at you, because you're, you know, if you're feeling like you're on a higher frequency or you're feeling really good about yourself, you do get more attraction from those potential evil eyes, monitoring spirits, or psychic attacks. So they want your good energy. So that's what they're coming after. And then these also help, like if you're on your journey, which I like to say that your spiritual journey, they help in preventing any kind of psychic burnout. So if you're on your journey, they do help with that too. And that's also important as well too, because nobody wants to be burned out. So yeah, so these are the charites. I have more too, so we'll have them listed. They'll probably be intuitively chosen as well, because I have two, but they'll be listed in 2 different price points. So yeah, so that's the charite. I absolutely love that. Recommend that one a lot too. And also too, if you're a collector, you'll see the chatoyance is really nice on those, and good to grab. And it's a good small piece if you're running out of space. All right, I didn't realize it was going to take me this long to get through the table, but I realize I'm just kind of talking because I want you guys to know about the different properties, even though I list them on the website. So next up we have, excuse me, sorry, Astrophyllite. Another harder to find material, also comes out of Russia. But this is really great for strengthening your energy field, and also for any entity removal. So if something did get into your energy field, this is going to be one to work with to say bye-bye, and it basically will turn any dark entities or energies that you may have collected during the day or night, you know, in your dreams, towards the light. So it's going to change them from dark to light. And we have a couple different I don't have like a lot of the Astrophyllite. Like, these are really good pieces. There's this one here too that has more of the matrix stone on it, and a lot of people usually see those. The other ones are like just covered, so really nice pieces there. We have a couple, only a few. There's 4 of that about that size, and then we have 3 small ones. So again, they'll probably be priced, they'll probably be listed 2 different places, but I do only have 3 of those. So those are really good too. Funny fact is, you hear a lot, it says they're used during exorcisms, which I don't know this day and age. I don't know. I don't hear it as often. I may not just be in tune to that. But I mean, it's kind of the same. Entity removal. Get rid of it. Let it go to the light. You know, you don't need to hang on to those energies. You want those gone. No, you know, you want to stay high vibration, and definitely, you know, you don't want anybody else's energy getting into your field. You want it to be only yours, not carrying anybody else's. It's going to drag you down, so you just don't want that, you know. All right, and again, I'm sorry that this video is so long, but I just wanted to cover everything. So next up, we have these neat little spudgumens. They're fun to say too. So it's basically it's before kunzite or haidonite decides what they want to be. So it starts out clear. So these are little spudgumens. They really help keep psychic attacks at bay. So they're great to hang on to. They're just little guys, and they do glow really cool under UV light as well too. So these would be intuitively chosen as well too. They're just little shards. Sorry, my window just slammed shut. So they also help remove any stagnant energy, because that's another thing that you really want to make sure you're keeping your energy field clear, your home clear too. Really important, because if there's any stagnant energy, that's also how like any attacks can get through, any energy that you don't want in there. They also feed on the stagnant energy as well. So you just want to keep everything really nice, flowing. And yeah, so we have a selection of those, of the spudgumens. I like saying that. It's S-P-O-D-U-M-E-M. M-E-N, sorry. So if you're looking for those particular ones, but like I said, I think I'm going to make a little section of what I've showed here. Alright, next up is my favorite. It's actually one of my first beginner stones. I'm not going to say how many years ago. Many light years ago. Many years ago. So these are nice little pebbles. Labradorite pebbles. They have really nice movement on both sides. I know they're already listed, but like I said, I'm probably going to put them in a little protection. I love when they have like the little, are they showing? The shimmer under the flash. I love that. So these are little pebbles that we have. Labradorite actually creates like a force field of protection, okay? So it's kind of like no, you're not getting through. But like I said, you have to make sure you cleanse your crystals and you power them up. You know, you cleanse, purify, you know, with selenite, with smoke cleanse. You can do, you know, if there's a like moon, such like that too. There's other ways as well too, but I mostly recommend the smoke cleanse. It's the fastest to cleanse your crystals. Yeah, so these kind of give you like a protection, and it like does like a force field up. I'm trying to find. And I always say that you should never have to search for the flash. It should come pretty easily on labradorite. If the lapidary did a really nice job, then you should be able to find a flash pretty, like this. It shouldn't have to be like, oh. And on these little ones, they're really covered in flash. So they did a really nice job on these. So it also strengthens the energies within. So if you're like, no, this is not going to happen, we are going to prevent others from tapping into your energy and draining you. So that's labradorite. I mean, there is other properties too that I love about that, but we're going to talk, we're just talking talking about that. So it prevents people from being able to tap into your energy. So really good one. Oh yeah, look at that one even has little rainbows in there too. I like that one. I have one in each pocket, and I have a labradorite bracelet, and I have a little labradorite koi fish I'm supposed to add to my other 2 koi fishes I have on my necklaces. But yeah, so labradorite, I absolutely love labradorite. So we have the little pebbles. We also have some little free forms as well too that are really amazing. And like I said, so really great. I think I have a couple bracelets left of labradorite. We usually try to keep those in stock as well too, only because it's really good one to keep, on you, to keep from somebody, tapping into your power or into your aura field, or energy field. And like I said, if anybody's interested in me going into more details on that, I know I'm kind of saying in passing. That can be another video, because I know this video is getting pretty long. So, so yes, labradorite is like the force field, all right? So like, no, you're not coming into my personal energy. And one of my favorites. All right, next up I have chunks of black tourmaline. They're going to be in a set of like 3 intuitively chosen. So they're about this size. They're great. They're great to have around. This one has a little bit of quartz on it, but they're going to be in like sets of 3 like this. And black tourmaline really helps cleanses out the aura field or your energy field of any imbalances, or and also if you're the imbalance. So if you're the imbalance, it can also tell you like, hey, you need to get this negativity out of here. So it's going to rid yourself of any negative thoughts that you have going on, and turn any of that energy into like a usable energy, a positive usable energy that instead of it being so. If you have bad habits and such, it's good to have black tourmaline and even tourmated quartz also too. We have a few tourmated quartz too. So these are just, like I said, they're nice little chunks. They're also great to put like in doorways and such too, to keep all the the negativity out. So it cleanses anybody that come through like, nope, not welcome. Let's just get rid of that any of your imbalances you got going on, don't bring it in this house. So, but yeah, like I said, it definitely will help you stay balanced and remind yourself, don't be the negative energy as well. Okay, we have just a few more to go through. The malachite is really great. I love malachite. I know I have some bracelets of malachite left as well too. So I believe those are listed. If they are, I will pull them in. But malachite, get it on here. I was scared to drop it. It's actually like a cloak. So when you have malachite around you, it kind of cloaks any evil eyes. So like it kind of makes you invisible. So if they're trying to set off a psychic attack, it's going to be harder to do that with malachite. So we have, like I said, we have these nice slabs, and then I believe I have, yeah, I do. I still have, I'm looking at the bracelet bar right now. Yeah, I have a few malachite bracelets available, and then we have a couple points too. Really nice. They have nice movement. The malachite that they've been pulling out lately has really been really nice. And we pick our malachite with no fillers, so you're going to see natural, sometimes natural, like just little like caves going through there, because we'd rather not have filler in our malachite. So really nice. And so, like I said, it's definitely a protection stone. I mean, a lot of people know it as a transformation stone too, but today again we're talking about the protection. So these are really great. They're gonna keep that, you know, like kind of like an invisible, like I said, like it's gonna make it harder for a psychic attack to come through. Also, evil eyes too. It may turn them away to another, you know, go over there. Turn towards the positive light over there. So yeah, so that's malachite. I'm trying to think. I think I might have a couple. If I have a couple palm stones or like pebbles left, I'll load those into the website as well too. All right, next we have Healer's Gold. I have 2 of these spears left in Healer's Gold. So these are really good. The name kind of says, you know, it helps the healer not retain negative energy. So if you're working on somebody, it keeps the energy flowing into the spear rather than into yourself. So even if you're not a healer, you could see how that could actually be helpful. So it basically shields your field again from any negativity, and if anything does get absorbed into the Healer's Gold, it will transmute into a positive. I still recommend cleansing it though, but definitely that's a great. I have one in my collection as well too. I really enjoy using this. It's been one of my favorite ones lately. So yeah. And then we're finally to the last, but I'm sure I probably have other stuff in my stock that I missed, but smoky quartz. Smoky quartz is always a great one to have on. It's going to transmute any negativity just into the ground, back into Mother Earth, to change it into like a positive or usable energy. So yeah, so we have a few of these. Some of them are lighter, some of them are darker. If you're wanting to get some of these, you can request, you know, can you grab the darker one, or can you I'd like more of the translucent, like the translucent, like these ones. So you can choose, you know, if you want more of the clarity, or if you would like, I think most of them are more clear like that. Just so you know, so if you're looking more for the darker one, yeah, see, even this darker one is even pretty clear. So, but yeah, so these are really great too. They're going to transmute any of that negative energy, and they're just going to send it into the earth. So it will not hold into you. But like I said, everything you have to set intentions on. What I'm saying, if I send these to you, you can't just throw it into your pocket and expect, you know, you have to set an intention on them. So, and I think these are like, you get a couple of them for something, I don't remember. You'll see it listed, but they're not much. They're one of the cheaper power pocket stones that we have. So yeah, I think most of them, there's only a couple that are darker. So just so you know, so if you are interested in getting like a darker couple, request it as soon as you can. And so yeah, so that's kind of the table. I went over quite a bit. I know this is going to be a really long video. Hopefully you stayed with us. If you have any other questions, like I said, you can comment. If you don't feel comfortable commenting like in the public eye for everybody to see your comment, you can always reach out to us on our website and message us if you have any other questions. And if I missed something, I'm sorry. And then if you want you know, more information on intention, let me know, you know, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like our videos. We really appreciate it. I'm new at doing this. So at some point when shows start popping up for us again, we will do more gem show content. We're trying to mix it up so you guys don't like all get stuck with just one type of content. Also with the smoky quartz too, I wanted to just say, I still have a really large Estiel smoky quartz plate. It is on the website, and it's a beautiful piece. It's huge, and hopefully maybe it's been waiting for you. So that's available too. Yeah, so that's that's just about it for, and I'm trying to think if I forgot something that I wanted to say. Like I said, for the most part, I'm pretty much winging these videos into what I know. So yeah, so if you want to know anything else about setting intentions, let us know so we can make a video on that. If we get enough people, then I'll do that. And just remember, elevate your collection and spiritual connection with us. Thanks, you again on the next one. Hey everyone, so this is a mantra I like to use to call back my power and energy. I like to take 3 deep breaths before saying it, 3 deep breaths after, and usually I'm holding one of the crystals that you see from the previous clips. I hope you enjoy and see you next time. Thanks, and protect your energy. Thanks, bye.